Plus three to leave an opinion. There you go. And they probably want you to do it in Espanol. Good evening, everybody. So glad we're all here together. Well, let's see. Been a busy weekend. Busy! As you guys remember, I did not get the scooter Thursday night, but I had I won an engine, a Kohler engine. I don't even know how big it is and what the horsepower is. It's got like a 1-inch shaft, maybe even an inch and an eighth. It might even be bigger than that. Greg, Dale. But anyways, I bought that for $16. I had to go to Stryker, Ohio to pick it up. And I could have picked it up Thursday, but I figured if I won that scooter Thursday night, I would just pick that up and then run from Delta over to Stryker. Wouldn't be that far. Yeah, Crown better than Joy. There you go. But I didn't get it. So I spent 45 minutes driving down there and 45 minutes coming back. I got home. Kathy was at her sister's. So I made chicken noodle soup. And that's what I had for dinner Friday night. Then Saturday morning, I went to an auction. It started at 10. I got there at 10:25. I looked around inside. There was nothing I wanted, but there was a few things outside I wanted, so I'd just wait. 2 o'clock in the afternoon, they finally come outside and start. They get to the first item that I want. It's 5:15. He crows about making soup. There you go, yeah. Good evening, Rosanna, Dana, Anna, Dana, Anna. Anyways, I bought a club car, golf cart, with a roof on it, and a back seat, and a charger. It needs batteries. They sold a club car at around 10 after 4, I guess it was. They sold a cub car. And it went for $450 and it needed batteries too. And it had a wooden box on the back of it. And I didn't want that because I wanted something, that all the grandkids can ride on with, So I didn't bid on that. But they had two, I want to say 64 Corvettes. I believe they were 63 Corvettes. One was almost completely done, and the other one was needing a lot of work. One was in primer, and the other one was in paint. They sold the one in paint for 20 grand, and the one in primer for 14. And then they spent an hour selling parts that belonged to those two Corvettes. Between the two people that bought the Corvettes, they were buying all the parts. Oh, and by the time, like I said, they got to me, it was like 5:15 or something like that, 5:30. Posting up. They'd sold everything, and there was only like three or four more things on that side of the ground that they had to sell. And I bought that cub car for $125 because by the time they got done selling, everybody wanted to see what the Corvettes went for, so that's what they stuck around for. But by the time they got done selling the Corvettes and all the parts and everything, it went from like 40 people down to 4 or 5. Dramatically decreased the bidding opposition. So I bought that. Then I bought a snow blower that is practically brand new, but the auger system had been knocked out of it somehow, or the bearings went bad and he went to replace it. And the guy died. He never got it done. But it's got a 7.5 horse electric start Tecumseh on it. I get $5 for it. It's got brand new tires on it. The paint on it looks immaculate, like it's brand new. Somebody said, well, you know that it needs a lot of parts. I didn't buy it for the parts, for the snowblower. I bought it for the engine at that price. So I get $5 for it. And then, Kim, how are you doing? And then I proceeded to buy, when they finally got over to the other side, there was a cement mixer. And the way they were buying or selling stuff, it was going to be the very last item sold. And that's what I was waiting for, was the cement mixer. That was the main reason why I was there, was besides the golf cart, was the cement mixer. So I ended up, I got a leaf vacuum, a chipper shredder, and a Craftsman rear wheel drive push mower with a bagger. And then that was just odds and ends that I was buying while I was waiting for the cement mixer. And then I got the cement mixer I bought for $50. It's in pretty good shape. Said the guy poured 2 slabs with it and then never used it again. I know that's associated with work. Well, the thing of it is I got to have 2 sidewalk slabs poured. Then I got to have the driveway. I got to have a big chunk in the driveway re-poured. It's pushed up on one end like 3 inches. So I got to break that all out and then re-pour it. And the cost to have them come out with a concrete truck, it's just astronomical. So I might as well buy the concrete and then, mix it and just pour it. I ain't doing nothing anywhere. So, and my son's going to help. So, but that's all projects for the spring. We have a wall that goes downstairs to the basement. It's a block wall. And I have to get one of those miniature excavators or something and dig it out and then take that wall out because it's breaking in and I'm surprised it's still standing. I know. So, good evening, Kathy. Yeah, do it all if it gets done. But anyways, the wall for the basement going down, that needs to be torn out of there. Probably just put in some plywood forms and pour a solid wall. And then leave, probably put like 4 inches of styrofoam insulation on the outside. That way when the frost hits, it pushes against the styrofoam insulation and it doesn't buckle up the cement wall. That's the thing about frost up here. But that's what my weekend was. And then today I grabbed the trailer that I worked a couple of weeks on. My son helped me a few times on it. I grabbed that out of the yard, went and picked up a guy that's running for the committee, went and picked him up, and he helped me load the golf cart. And then we went back and got all the lawn equipment. Hey, most bosses don't do any of the work. They just pay for it. That's what I do. I pay for it. Hold on a minute. I have to go talk to somebody. Somebody needs an overdose of hickory. Anyways, I got the golf cart home. I plugged it into the charger, and it does need, the batteries are junk, so I'm gonna have to get batteries. I've been looking online. I can get, hey, it's my story. I'll tell it the way I wanna. Yeah, from the pawn shop. Wasn't nobody there. I can get a 36 volt. I think it's a 5,000 cycle, so that means you can charge it 5,000 times before it won't take another charge. Like $329. You pause your sling? Well, I didn't have to pause mine, but there's a nail biter sometimes there in Michigan versus Michigan State. I mean, they finally, at the third quarter, at the end of the third quarter, beginning of the fourth quarter, I heard this, it's where they pulled their heads out of their anus and they started playing football. So. There wasn't nothing on TV to watch. It was all reruns for On Patrol Live. So it might as well pull the plug. That's right. Yeah. Now that's basketball that's rigged. Can't remember the guy's name. He's on ESPN, Stephen or whatever. He's blaming the Trump regime for all the people getting busted for rigging it, for gambling on their own games. I always thought that for the longest time with a bunch of these quarterbacks. They got to throw the game, so they go walking off limping, so they put in a third stringer. Oh, Pumpkin, come on. Get up here. Come on. Yeah. Did you see that puppy Dugas that was in here? You should have tore that one a new hiney. Yeah. Savannah, our granddaughter, she brought over Belle, little teacup terrier. She brought her over, and I said, "Hey, don't forget we got a cat here." She said, "Well, the cat's bigger than the dog." I said, "Exactly." Yeah. Rosanna says, "Hi, Pumpkin." Yeah. And credit card, there you go. I thought about dressing up as Fauci and just wear a mask. Aww. Yeah, it started the year before Trump even got in office. Yeah, look how pretty she is. And a letter from Joe. There you go. Yeah. I'll lay down in my recliner. She'll lay down around my kneecaps, and I'll put my hands down by my thighs, and she'll put her paw up there, and she'll put her paw on top of one of my fingers, like she wants to hold my hand or something. I don't think she's seen the dog that was here. Because this girl, she goes absolutely nuts. She does not like nothing in the house but her. Where's that puppy? Huh? You're not afraid of that puppy dog, are you? No, she doesn't kiss my ass. Hey, Johnny Shoes, you old snuggle bunny, you. Hi, Jenny. You say hi, Jenny? Yeah. Easy on the claws. She said, hey, Spirit. Yeah. It's funny because this cat will absolutely follow Kathy around all over. She'll get in the living room and she'll sit on the computer desk and look right at Kathy. Then she'll sit on the keys and screw her computer up. But Kathy gets up to come out here and she's right on her heels. Excuse me. Oh, who's that? Huh. Yeah, Michigan won. Yep. No, I'm trying to open up some space on the other side. I have that big freezer and the ice machine. Um, Probably going to end up scrapping that. Yeah, I know. She just aggravates Kathy. She won't sit on her. You know, she wants Kathy to pet her and kiss her and hug her and all that other stuff, but she will not sit on her like she does me. How about your garage? Got a nice bed out there in the garage on the other side. It's in plastic. Um, oh, my crap. Huh. You don't understand that none of that stuff is mine. It all belongs to the kids whenever I leave this place. It's all theirs. And I know they don't want it, but I'm going to give it to them anyways. I want to see who fights over not wanting it. No, it's not a camping bed. It's a queen size bed mattress, new box springs. It's all wrapped in plastic, bed frame and all out there. That's probably going to go upstairs and be put in one of the bedrooms. No, it's in a plastic bag, Skeeta. Um, and that'll give me a lot of room out there. And I got to get rid of that refrigerator and that ice maker that's out there. The ice maker is 5 feet long almost, 3 feet high, 3.5 feet high. That will give me some room out there. I get rid of that big freezer. And yeah, for my dog house. There you go. Yeah. Get rid of that big freezer, get rid of the ice maker. There's a bunch of stuff that I need to clean out of there. I just had to have, you're right. Well, you know, like I tell you, you just had to have them. Wait till winter? No, I got to get it done. Well, at least I got something. Pumpkin, go in there and get her. She's talking bad about your papa. Yeah. She's talking bad about the papa. Get her. Sir. Huh. By the way, I don't know if you guys heard about it, but Mrs. Robinson passed away. You know, Will's mom. You went to Paris yesterday? Did you see the Eiffel Tower? I'll do a video on the stuff. I got it. I got the trailer out, or the trailer's still loaded. But we did get the golf cart home. I got the cement mixer home and got that unloaded. I bought a dolly too. That was in with some of the stuff that I bought for a couple of bucks. I have the same dolly in the garage. With the dolly in the garage, I had to take the wheels off of it to put it on Kyler's tricycle. So I got the rims now. I got to put tires on so I can get my wheels turned around and put back so I can get them back on the other dolly. Where am I at, Pumpkin? Excuse me. The little one at the Love Center? Yeah. Is that the Love truck? The hell they come? Truck stop? Yep. Will Robinson's mother. Yeah. Yeah. I got to wear an air tank to go out there and get something out of the refrigerator or the freezer. I feel like a fireman walking through there. Got my got my air mask on, and fire hat. Agent 99 is still kicking. Yeah. Well, I should have said that June was Timmy's mom too. Lassie. Well, she is just tired. Did you have a rough day today, Pumpkin? Huh? Yeah. Was it hard on you? I know. Huh. June, you won't know anyone. That's right. The guy told me one time, he said, I don't go to anybody's funeral. I said, why is that? He said, because he ain't coming to mine. That ain't gonna happen, Captain. No. Huh. You ain't gonna move to Georgia. Now you won't even go across the state line because I might miss the grandkids. Well, if they missed you like you missed them, they would come see you. Yeah. Wouldn't they, Pumpkin? Yeah. You always have this grandkid right here, this furry one. She'll go with us, won't you? Yeah. I don't know. Well, because they have bars on it, I guess. I know it's not me they miss. That's why I'm all for moving. Don't matter to me. Ah. So that's what I did this weekend. Oh, and I did my dishes today. I didn't do them yesterday because by the time I got home, I stopped at McDonald's and bought McDonald's for everybody to eat last night because it was 6:35 when I got in my car to leave the auction last night. Oh, Buccaneers beat the Saints. Oh, I had hamburger gravy over potatoes tonight for dinner. That was left over. I bought a big roast Friday. She's going to make that boiled and make it into a boiled dinner with carrots and cabbage and onions. That's going to be delicious. Oh yeah, hey, that's the only way to do it. Keep the honest people out and the crooked people out too. Maybe. Okay. I ended up putting it. I had it in the refrigerator. I ended up putting it in the freezer tonight, so I have to take it out in the morning. Let it thaw out. She makes a boiled dinner. Um, Depends on what you want to do. It's either in the oven roaster or in the crock pot. Either way, I don't care. I like it either way. So she made some fine beef stew the other day, man. A couple weeks ago, I guess it was. That was some delicious beef stew. I also got a couple of. I got three actually. Like 2 pound pork roast. Um, there, Michigan boiled dinner. Yep. Potatoes, carrots, onion, beef, or Polish kielbasa, or yeah, I've had it that way. I've had it with a pork roast done before, but Kathy makes it mainly with beef in it. She makes potato soup with kielbasa in it, Polish kielbasa. Uh, nice, Julie. I need some of that good stuff. That's right. Put some cabbage. Something fit enough for a queen there, Junkyard. No. Uh, Yeah, at the jewelry exchange. There you go. Looks like that diamond's been freshly cut. Yeah. They'll take all that jewelry, millions and millions and millions of dollars worth of jewelry, billions of dollars. And by the time they cut it all up, they'll get, 10 cents on the dollar. Well, if there's $500 million worth of jewelry there at 10 cents on it, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good payday. That's $5 million. Well, silver went up. It's at $50 an ounce now or something like that. I should have bought silver when that guy was telling me to. I thought he was pulling my leg. Silver prices at $48.02. It was $48.65 at one time. Oh, it just went up a penny. $48.03. Do like Thurston Howell III said, buy, buy, buy. Well, yeah, gold went up too. Gold is $4,060 an ounce or something like that. I bet Parker Schnavel's $4,079. It went down $58 today. It was it just went up to $4,080. It was $4,159. It just went up to $4,080.10. You're losing money by standing here. Buy, buy, buy. Made money on your class ring. There you go. In 1982, when I graduated, gold prices was $447 an ounce. 1980, it was $594.90. 1979 was $459. In 81, it was $400 a price, an ounce. It's going up. Last one goes for 800. Hell, I might want to get rid of a couple of pints. What was gold prices in 72? $1972, $63.84. 1970, $38.90 an ounce. So in 55 years, it has went up. I don't even know how to calculate that. $12,000%? Hell, I don't know. 1,200%? A bunch, yeah. It went up a bunch. But then again, we were taking off the gold standard in 74, I think. But gold was $106.73. And then, like a $50 gold piece back in 1970 was only worth $38.90 for the gold. Then again, it wasn't worth that either back in the 1800s, or a $50 gold piece or $20 gold piece. It was worth more as money than what it was as gold. Let's see. In 1836, it was $20.69 for an ounce of gold. I know, she'll last on them double eagles for the hard times, you're right. I have like a sandwich bag upstairs in one of the closets in a baggie. It's in another container or something like that. It's got 4 or 5 silver dollars in it, and then it's got some other silver dimes and other coins. But there's a silver dollar in there that you can't even read. It was in my grandpa's pocket for 50, 60 years, and then my dad kept it in his pocket for 40, 50 years, and it had rubbed the face and the tail completely off of it. You can tell it's silver, but there is no markings on it. Not one. $261 an ounce. See, all these gold miners and stuff, they're killing it right now. But one day that gold is going to drop like a rock. You figure it out. A ring has got half an ounce of gold in it, so the ring, just the gold itself, is $2,000, and then the craftsmanship and everything else, and then they're cut. That ring was probably $5,000 before. Now it's $11,000. People can't afford that. Let's see. I think Parker Schnabel on Gold Rush wants 10,000 ounces this year. So if that's at $4,000, 4,100. That's 41 million bucks. Yeah. That's a lot of money. If he was smart and he got his 10,000 ounces. Um, if he was smart, he'd sell it. He'd pay off everything, sell everything, and then you know, retire. Kid's 35 years old or something like that. He's set for life. Can't afford to. That's right. Can't afford to smile. Somebody take that tooth right out of there. Yeah. That's right. Yeah, I remember that was funny how the Chicklets, Dennis the Menace and Mr. Olson. Oh, that was funny. Broke his teeth and then glued on some Chicklets. Yeah. I only watched one football game all weekend, and that was Michigan State game. Hmm. Oh. So, anything new with anybody? I don't know what to talk about. I'm about all talked out. We had Kyler and Nia and Braxton over last night. Um, that little Braxton, he's funny. He kept coming up to me and, Papa. I said, yeah. He had a chocolate donut, so I had to wipe his mouth and his hands and stuff. The cat said, did you wash your hands? He said, Papa did. I don't, probably. That or Ted Nugent. No, I did not eat ice cream. No, the orange room, there you go. Then they come and picked him up this morning around 11:15 or so, 11:30. And then Kathy went over to our daughter's, Casey's place, and helped her paint the bedroom upstairs and get that done. Oh, oh, probably make omelets in the morning or scrambled eggs or something. Got 6 dozen eggs I got to get using. I got a 2 dozen carton outside or out there in the garage, and then in the refrigerator out there, and then I got 1 dozen cartons out there, and I got a dozen in here. Usually, when I make scrambled eggs, I'll do almost 2 dozen at a time, scramble them up, and then we're done. Put them in a bowl, put them in the refrigerator, and then it's breakfast for a couple of days. Might make sausage burritos. That sounds good. Sausage breakfast burritos. Some green pepper and red pepper. I seen that peach cobbler recipe you sent me, Junkyard. Is that the one you made the other day, or your wife made? Kind of like that. I actually like apple crisp, and I haven't had that in a long time. Where you use oatmeal on top of it. Pineapple right side up cake. Did that guy make it too? He does have a bunch of other stuff. He tells you how to make candy and all that other stuff. Uh, let me see. $1.97 for eggs. You got Facebook, Rosanna? Yeah, he sent it to me, so I just put it out there in the chat. It's Facebook, but that's the recipe. Yeah. Last time I made apple cobbler or apple crisp is we went camping. Kathy, um, us, and her sister and her husband at the time. We all went camping, and her cousin and his wife. And I made a big pan of apple crisp, and I put it inside a Dutch oven, and I baked it in a Dutch oven. It turned out pretty good. Think about making biscuit donuts. I haven't had those in a long time. You take a tube of biscuits, punch a hole in each biscuit, and put them in in a pan with a bunch of oil in it. Deep fry them like you would a donut. Pull them out, throw them in a paper sack with sugar in it, or cinnamon sugar, or powdered sugar, or just eat them plain. Hot donuts. That's the best kind. All right, everybody. It is time for me to get out of here. I will see you tomorrow morning at 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard if you're so inclined to join me. Yep. What biscuits make good ones? They do. Good night, Kenny. Hey, Kenny Shoots. You old snuggle bunny, you. Y'all have a great day. God bless. Take care, prayers, and peace. And I will see you tomorrow morning at 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard if you're so inclined to join me. Have a blessed day, everybody, and take care.